You know that tiny little chip you pop into your phone? We use it every single day. But honestly, when was the last time you actually thought about it? I'm talking about the SIM card, that little piece of plastic that is secretly the hero of our entire mobile world, connecting billions of us across the globe. We've all been there, right? Fumbling around with a paper clip or an earring, trying to pop open that tiny tray. But what is that thing actually doing? Well, it turns out it's hiding some pretty incredible secrets. So today, let's pull back the curtain on this unsung hero of connectivity. So first things first, what does SIM even stand for? It's Subscriber Identity Module. And its whole job, really, is to be a super secure vault for one critical thing: your identity. It's what tells the mobile network who you are and that you're allowed to be there. Here's a really simple way to think about it. A driver's license proves who you are and gives you permission to drive on the roads, right? A SIM card does the exact same thing for the cellular highway. It's your official ID that says, yep, this person is legit, let them on the network. Okay, so where did this brilliant little chip even come from? Well, its story starts at a really pivotal moment in mobile history. The year is 1991. A German company, Giesecke plus Devrient, makes the very first SIM card. And get this, they sold a tiny batch, just 300 of these things, to a Finnish mobile operator called Radiolinja. But that small sale was a huge deal. It was the spark that allowed Radiolinja to launch the world's first modern 2G network. And this brings us to the really revolutionary idea behind the SIM. Before this, your phone number was locked to the physical phone. If you got a new phone, you got a new number. But the SIM card changed everything. All of a sudden, your identity was portable. You could take your SIM, pop it into any other phone, and boom, it was your phone with your number. This simple idea put the power in our hands and basically created the mobile world we know today. Now, as phones started to get smaller and sleeker, well, the big credit card-sized SIM had to go on a diet. This kicked off a relentless journey of miniaturization. And the evolution was pretty dramatic. We started with that full-size card in 1991. Then came the mini SIM in 96. That's probably the one you remember from the old flip phone days. Then it got even smaller with the micro SIM in 2003. And finally, in 2012, we got the tiny nano SIM, which is pretty much just the chip with almost no plastic around it. I mean, just look at those numbers. We went from over 85 millimeters long down to just over 12. Every time it shrank, it freed up precious real estate inside our phones for more important stuff, like bigger batteries, better cameras, and more powerful guts. Okay, but here's where it gets really mind-blowing. The SIM is so much more than a piece of plastic with a chip on it. Hiding inside is a surprisingly powerful little computer. I'm serious. Every single SIM card has its own processor, its own operating system, and different kinds of memory. It has RAM for quick tasks and EEPROM, which is where it permanently stores all your crucial data, like your contacts and, of course, your unique subscriber identity. It's a tiny, self-contained computer. And to manage everything, it organizes all its data in a file system, just like the folders on your laptop. You have a main master file, and inside that, other folders that hold everything from your subscriber key to your old text messages. Buried deep inside that file system is the crown jewel, the IMSI, or International Mobile Subscriber Identity. This unique number is basically the digital soul of your mobile plan. It's the one thing the network absolutely needs to know who you are. So how does your phone use that IMSI to connect you securely? Well, it does this really cool cryptographic handshake. Think of it like a secret password exchange. Your phone tells the network, hey, here's my IMSI. The network then sends back a random challenge. Your SIM card, and only your SIM card, has a secret key that it uses to solve that challenge. It sends the answer back to the network. If the answers match, boom, you're in. And all of this happens in the blink of an eye. So for decades, the SIM was a physical thing you had to get into store and pop into your phone. But the next great leap in its evolution took it from a piece of plastic to a piece of code. Meet the eSIM, or embedded SIM. Instead of a removable card, it's a tiny, permanent chip that's soldered right onto your device's motherboard. You don't swap it out. Instead, you just download your mobile plan, your profile, directly to it. This means you can have multiple plans from different carriers on one device and just switch between them in your settings. The magic that makes all this possible is called remote SIM provisioning, or RSP. This is the tech that lets you scan a QR code from a carrier and boom, your new plan is activated in seconds, no little plastic card required. It's a total game changer, especially for the Internet of Things, because can you imagine trying to physically swap SIMs in millions of tiny sensors? No way. But the journey isn't over yet. The final step is to make the SIM, well, to make it disappear completely. The future is the iSIM, or integrated SIM. So while an eSIM is still a separate little chip on the motherboard, the iSIM moves that entire function inside the device's main brain, the processor itself, the system on a chip. It goes from having a tiny footprint to having basically no extra footprint at all, and it uses even less power. And this integration is really the ultimate goal. It makes devices cheaper to make, way more power efficient, and lets them get even smaller. For the future, where we'll have tiny sensors and wearables everywhere, the iSIM is pretty much essential. When you step back, the scale of this journey is just incredible. In just a few decades, we've gone from a piece of plastic the size of a credit card to a secure function running inside the very processor of our device. It's a perfect story of relentless miniaturization, and it totally mirrors the history of computing itself, always smaller, always more integrated, and always more powerful. And that kind of leaves us with a fascinating question for the future, doesn't it? For so long, our mobile identity was a physical thing we could hold in our hand. Now it's becoming an invisible, baked-in part of the hardware. And as that trend continues, it really makes you think about what ownership, security, and control will look like in our hyper-connected world.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more How Meets History.